Hi. Happy Thanksgiving. I don't technically celebrate the holiday, but I am thankful and I am grateful every day every day, for life itself. It's a gift. And so I'm here to remind you all of that, to say I'm grateful for you, I'm thankful for you, my brothers, my sisters. And remember that this is all a gift. It was all given to us in love, and we were made in love, by love, for love. And love is all there is, really. Love, and then the forgetting of it. And we are here remembering, waking up. We've fallen asleep, we've fallen away. And so everything you encounter, everyone, all the blessings, all the problems, all the things that go right, all the things that go wrong, all of it, it's just material, it's experience, it's information to help you remember who you are and where you came from and what is waiting on you. Love. And so I am grateful and thankful even for the things that don't go my way. And I'm making this video and talking about this specifically, things that don't go your way, because the last 2 days I've had a few things that haven't gone my way. And a little goldfinch just landed right, hold on, let me see, get out. That's a goldfinch. Oh, yeah, you're in. Goldfinches are symbolic of Christ. So that was cool. But and I got a shot of my tire there. And so one of the things that didn't go my way yesterday was I walked outside with a little pep in my step, all excited to go to sauna, because I have a very consistent routine, and part of that is first thing in the morning after I have my coffee and I do my studying, I go to sauna for a few hours. And I went out and my tire was flat. It was so flat that I couldn't even safely drive it to somewhere to air it up or get it fixed. So that was an ordeal, right? I had to take my tire off, put the spare on, find a friend who was able to take me and my tire to a tire shop, get it patched, come back, put it back on. And that, that's the better part of the day, I was working on that till like 2:30. So that kind of threw me for a loop. But, in the past, that would have just discombobulated me so badly. And I would have been pissy and upset and just bothered, But I took it so well because I thought, well, relative to what could go wrong, right? But also it was like an opportunity for me to slow down a little bit, to practice changing my tire. And I thought, let me think about like what's going right here, okay? This could have been on the highway in the middle of nowhere. Thankfully, I was in a friend's driveway. There was no rush about it. I changed it. It was fine. And I got to hang out with my friend who stopped by to help me. And, we shared a meal together. So it was fine, And when I pulled out my my spare tire out of the back, I found some treasures that I had hidden in the wheel well of my spare tire, which was a cool little like wink from God and my former self. Like I felt like, there was a little statue of Ganesha, which Ganesha is representative of like, good fortune and good things coming your way. And there were 5 crowns. I have crowns that I bought 1 crown. Someone saw me with it, and then people started gifting me crowns, and I ended up with 5 crowns. So there are 5 crowns, a Ganesha, and one of the crowns looks like a crown of thorns. So it's like a little nod to Christ. And there was also just a bag of little jewels. So it was a fun little thing to find, and that I wouldn't have had that moment if my tire wouldn't have been flat. And then I called my friend St. Joseph to help me, and because he has a van, so he has a big space for me to put the tire in there, and he was available. And so I was changing my tire, and I keep my lug nuts in this little linen bag, and I noticed there was writing on the bag as I was pulling them out, and I'd forgotten. So to St. Joseph, my friend St. Joseph is sitting next to me and watching me change this tire, and the bag is actually a linen bag that was holding at one time a St. Joseph statue, the sleeping St. Joseph. And so on the bag it says St. Joseph, and then it has a prayer for St. Joseph. Which is so funny, right? So all of it was just like, I feel like, God just smiling and like helping me practice my patience and giving me a moment to reflect on what's going right, actually, through something that went wrong. Like, I have a friend who's reliable and that showed up, and I got to practice, an experience that my practice in patience has paid off, because I wasn't freaking out. It didn't bother me. I was fine. And so, and then today, I didn't have to, but I chose to set a pretty hard boundary with someone and say we can't hang out anymore. And that's never fun. It's always hard, especially when it's someone you care about. But it's for the good. This is what I've realized about love in action. It doesn't always feel good. Like if you love a child, you're parenting a child, it doesn't always feel good to have to, punish them. And by punish them, I just mean like send them to their room or have them stand in the corner and reflect on what it is they have done. That's a loving thing, even though it's not fun for the kid and it's not fun for you. To not do that would be, that wouldn't be loving, because it's your job as a parent to teach them that your actions have consequences, and it's better to do that in a mindful, controlled way through love than to not do that and then have that child go out and, having not learned that lesson, act recklessly in life and then have a much worse consequence, like going to jail in the long term. And that happens with a lot of people who don't raise their children with rules or consequences because they want to be their child's friend. That's selfish. That's not love, right? So setting firm boundaries when necessary is an act of love. And so even though it was very hard, all things are for the good, because in acting lovingly towards this person who is now experiencing a sense of loss of a friendship, and so am I, we're both experiencing a loss, but in that we're both growing in a positive direction ultimately. Because there's an experience of consequences, and there is an experience of standing strong in your values and your morals and speaking them and living in alignment with them. Like, you must do that if you want to get anywhere good. If you want to walk with Christ, you have to be willing to do the hard thing sometimes. Sometimes the right thing is swimming against the stream, and it often is in this culture where everything is so convenient. It's so convenient to do the wrong thing in our culture. And a lot of people are apprehensive to set boundaries with other people because if they do, they might not have that connection that they might want to use at some point to get a thing or get a promotion, or, a lot of people have transactional relationships in this culture, or a lot of people are hiding things. And so there's this thing that happens in relationships where it's like, I won't hold you to a standard if you don't hold me to a standard, and I'll keep your secrets if you keep mine. So you have a tendency not to speak out or speak up when you see something that's not right because you don't want to be called out on your bullshit, right? But if you're walking in truth, you have nothing to hide. You don't have to compromise on your ethics, and you can stand tall and you can speak the truth right? And that's why it's a good idea not to keep secrets. That's why it's a good idea to repent, to have God cleanse you of those sins, so that you're not afraid that they will be used against you if they are exposed. And it's why it's a good idea not to attach to things, because if you are attached to something, then you will be afraid to lose it, and so then maybe you will compromise your ethics or your values in order to keep those things, including friendships. So I lost a friend today, but ultimately it is for the good. And because I let go of something that was not serving the highest good, that was not serving love, I am keeping myself open to love and light, and I'm allowing myself to be a vessel for that. So I'm thankful that I had the strength to do that. It was very hard to set that boundary. And I'm grateful for all of you. I'm thankful for all of you. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Stand tall. Okay, I'll talk to you guys soon.